Hey guys, I'm going to join Instagram, yes, Instagram live as well, and then we can talk about the common challenge I see in all high performers. Today, I want to talk about what's it? A common challenge I see in all high performers, and it is about boundaries and being a people pleaser all time long, the lifetime they are until they are realizing they are currently trapped in their own yeses because they give so much from them and not setting a limit there. And today I want to talk about exactly that. So I want to say to you, stop, as in the title, stop playing the victim to your own yes. You decided to say yes. Always when you not pausing before you are answering for a request, then you are pleasing the others. You always have to pause before a request comes in, before people ask you something. And this is a common challenge I see in all high achieving women, high achieving men. They don't have really boundaries and they are open to everything. They say yes immediately. They want to be the good person, the one to who achieves everything, the one who's available all the time. But that is exactly what keeps you exhausted, what eventually ends in burnout, what eventually ends in fully drained and fully exhausted and not being yourself anymore. So let's talk about it. I recently got a message. I will also share this with you during the live. What I want to say is we all been there here. You say yes with a smile, and the second the person walks away who requested something to you, you're starting to complain. You are rolling your eyes and you are dreading work. Why do we do this all the time to ourselves? And let me just read out the message I got. Someone wrote to me, need to set better boundaries and say no. And I know when I need to, but I don't do it. Who's else in these kind of situation right now? Let me know in the comments below or let me know currently in this chat. And instead of what they wrote to me, instead, I will do what I don't want to do or what I know doesn't serve me, and then I complain about having to do it. And the worst part is, I don't have to do it, but I just need to say no. It sounds easy, but it's not that easy to manage, to bring into action, because when you're used to be the reliable one and the one who's always on, it is easy to start setting boundaries and to start putting yourself first, because you have to ask yourself, where is this lack of boundaries coming from? And you are not a victim of their request. You are a victim of your own yes, because you decided at that moment to say yes, to take on the task. And this yes was an immediate reaction from you because you don't want to be in an uncomfortable situation just for 10 seconds. When you know you should say no, but you say yes anyway, you are making a subconscious trade. You're trading just 10 seconds of temporary awkwardness and temporary being uncomfortable for days and weeks and months building of resentment. And you would rather be exhausted and bitter than risk someone being mildly disappointed in you for a brief moment. That is just this trade you are afraid to take. But every time you do this, you pay what I call the resentment tax. You drain your own energy, you build a secret hostility toward your manager and your team and also your family members or your friends, and you lose respect for yourself because you know you just sold out your own peace. You just disrespected yourself. So let's talk about how we are going to solve this. How you are going to say no when you already feel it in every cell of your body you want to say no, but the reaction or the default mode for you is to say yes. So you have to stop focusing on the word no and start looking at what you are actually saying yes to. Before every time a request comes in, before you try to answer it with a yes, pause for a second and really think about it. Is it gonna add to my growth or is it holding me back and I'm just trying to be a good person? And is it gonna, mm, am I disrespecting my time? Ask yourself, I am I disrespecting my time when I say yes to this request, or am I really saying yes because it's gonna fuel my growth and it's gonna move me forward and move the needle in my path, in my job, in any kind of situation. And when you agree to that project that doesn't serve you and you are saying yes, and you are saying yes instead, then you are saying yes to burnout, you are saying yes to exhaustion, you're also saying yes to working late, you're also saying yes to being miserable at the dinner table and always on work mode and not able to leave work at work, and you're not present at all. And it is costing your time, and it is costing your time that actually matters the most, that would actually last a lifetime and not your work request in your mind right now. So you don't need to become aggressive or mean to set a boundary. You just need a simple script. Just think of a simple professional default response that buys you time to process. So you don't go into default mode or the reflex of saying yes all the time or automatically saying yes. And if you are currently and are in the same situation and stuck in the same cycle and you don't find a way out, you don't have to do it alone. Doing things you don't want to do and then being mad at yourself for doing them, it is not the right way. But seeing it is the first step to in order to take change, in order to take an action towards change. And it's time to stop paying the resentment tax. And I'm opening up a few spots this week for a boundary reset call. We are going to build your personalized corporate scripts so you can confidently decline work without feeling guilty, or you can decline work without sounding lazy or burning bridges. Send me a DM with the word boundary and let's get out of this trap. Let's get out of this draining, exhausting cycle. And if you, yes, don't wait. Waiting only costs you time, and there will be no perfect time. Just send me the word boundary in the DMs, and we will map out a simple plan where you feel confident and clear when you set a boundary, and not overthink all the time every action you want to take. Don't wait, we will see us in the DMs. Thank you for watching.